You are now watching the realest podcast in the world. Welcome to Any and Everything.
Welcome to Any and Everything podcast, one of the realest podcasts in the world. Let's clap it up one more time, man. We back with another one. We knocking these motherfuckers out in with drugs.
Definitely.
We knocking them out, cuz. So if y'all know, man, it's your boy Anthony Flay on the microphone, man. Who I got to the right of me?
That Dread 904.
Dread. Y'all know the rest. And who I got to the left of me, man?
Juan Ramon.
Juan Ramon, man. How you feeling?
I feel great.
That's good.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, Dread. How you feeling?
I'm good.
Feeling good? Yeah, I bet you is. Hey, so we got a special guest, man. We're gonna talk some real stuff today. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting on this episode right here. You feel me? Highly anticipated. You feel me? We been waiting on you, you know. But today, man, we have the marriage and family therapist in the building, and she finna talk to us about some real shit today. We gonna learn some shit. We gonna ask some questions. You feel me? She gonna ask us some questions. We gonna figure out some things today. You feel me? But y'all put y'all hands together for Sean McIver in the building. Yeah, Sean, how you feeling?
I'm good.
You feeling good?
Good, yeah.
You seem like it, man. You walked in, your energy, everything seemed good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
That's good.
Outside.
That's good.
I'm like terribly tired.
That's what I'm talking about. You
that's
tired,
okay.
but I'm glad you still was able to come and
Absolutely.
make it. That mean a lot to
She
us,
could
you
have
know.
been anywhere in the world,
Absolutely.
but she here with us.
But she here with us.
Appreciate it.
You got to know that. So we gonna start from the beginning. I'm on my 99, so you know what I'm saying. No, but we want to start from the beginning, Sean. Like from the beginning of your life, and we want we want you to tell us in the world a little bit about yourself and how you became who you are today. You know what I'm saying? So, where you originally from?
So originally, I am from Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham.
205.
Shout out to the 205, man, for sure, man. If you from Beham, if you know, then you know. You get what I'm saying? So how was it like growing up in Birmingham? Besides the first 48, we already know all about that. You get what I'm saying? But how was it growing up in Birmingham? What was your childhood like?
Man, let's see. So my mom was a single mom. Okay. And so it was just myself, her, my brother. My brother is 13 years older than me. So by the time I was in the first grade, he was already in the Marines.
Man, your mama still getting it in right there.
I was like,
Absolutely.
wow.
Shout out to mama. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, mama got to have a life too.
I'm telling you.
All right, Jody.
Turn up, mama.
I was definitely the God damn. That's what I was. But yeah, so I'm the baby girl.
Okay.
It's 5 grandkids. I'm the baby. All boys.
Right.
So I'm the baby and the baby girl.
Right. So you got nothing but brothers.
Well, I have one brother and then all male cousins.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have
gotcha.
no sisters whatsoever.
Dang. How that was for you growing up
Shit
with
sucked. Like, what do you mean?
Did it toughen you up, though?
Absolutely not.
No, they
Like,
make you tough.
what?
It usually do.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
I was like the pampered princess type.
Yeah. Got you.
So I didn't act like it, but everybody knew.
Got you. Was it a major age gap in between you and your cousins as well? Like
Yeah,
your brother?
absolutely. So my brother and my cousins, they all grew up together.
Got you.
So they're all like, I think my brother's like,
That's probably what it was. It was like that big age gap. So
absolutely.
she
So
really
all
had
the
that.
boys are in their like late 40s, early 50s, and I'm like 38.
right.
I'm just like, oh,
Right.
must be nice.
So you was something like, with that big age gap and your brother being gone and your cousins a lot older, you was something kind of like a only child where you probably felt that.
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
Absolutely. So like, if I'm playing with Barbie dolls, I'm playing by myself.
Right.
There was no nobody. I grew up super strict though. Like my mom didn't let me go anywhere, do anything. We lived in West End, in the hood.
Right.
So,
I know about that.
You're right. Bullet
right.
holes in the stop signs.
Right. Definitely.
So, I spent the majority of my time at my grandparents' house.
Okay.
So I never went to school by where we lived.
Okay.
Ever. So I went from MacArthur Elementary, which was like right down the street from my grandparents' house. I could walk there.
Okay.
Kirby Middle School, can walk there too. and then I hit Parker High.
Okay.
But the way that I grew up, like I said, it was super strict, super Christian household.
Right. Couldn't no boyfriends, none of that.
Nothing.
Couldn't go out with the homegirls.
No.
Damn.
Did you sneak out?
I would skip school.
Oh, see, it's always the
It's always
ones
one that's strict.
that's strict.
It's always the
yeah,
strict
y'all
one.
right.
But like for real though, I would skip school to hang out with my friends and all that stuff. So I was in ROTC for all 4 years of high school.
Okay.
Right.
So ROTC and the band. So I would skip school, walk the tracks from Parker High School all the way to West End.
Gotcha.
It took like an hour to get there.
Damn.
Just walking. It took an hour to get
And-
to school or to home.
And I feel like, man, when you talk about being raised, like me and you done talked about this. Like when you talk about how your parents be real strict on you and your child doesn't have that freedom, it feels like sometimes I feel like the child rebelled against their parents.
It's definitely a
And
psychology.
then when they get on their own, they make all the wrong mistakes because they never
Every
really
time.
have that freedom to really, go out, be with their friends. They don't know what that feel like.
So you
That
feel
is
like
very true.
with parenting, it has to be like a healthy balance between the
I do.
strictness and
I do, absolutely, because like I said, my mom didn't let me do anything. By the time I got to the Navy, I was 18 and wilding.
right.
I mean that's
Yeah.
real. That's real.
Yeah.
I was 18 and wild. You couldn't tell me anything.
Gotcha.
And the funny thing is, like, my cousin was like, hey, like, you might want to loosen up a little bit because when she go off, she going to be crazy.
Right,
My mom, bless her little heart, like, she thought that we were, like, closer than what we actually were in her mind because, she's a good girl. She doesn't do anything. Well, you want to allow me to.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't even go to, like, the band parties at the school.
The band.
Damn.
The band parties used to turn up though.
For real.
Probably ain't
She
need
couldn't go to
no
band.
band.
He didn't want to go to band camp.
Boy,
You don't
American
need to
Pie
go.
let us know about that band
Exactly. That's why your ass couldn't go.
camp. This
That
one time
in band camp,
at band camp,
Yeah.
I seen
Yeah, that's why
Hanners.
you couldn't go. Man.
But hey, growing up in high school though, a lot of the fast ones was like very sheltered.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
definitely because like
It's a-
when
it's a-
they got that little bit of freedom, they
it's a
wanted
pattern.
to see what it was like.
And a lot of them was like hypersexual. I ain't.
Yeah,
The fuck up.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. So you leaving high school, so hey, I seen that shit.
What I missed? I missed.
We're gonna run it back. I'm gonna show you. Nah, but look. So you grew up strict, and of course you snuck out, and you lived your life, and you lived your life behind closed doors, as far as like what your mom couldn't see.
until she did.
Until she did.
Ooh,
I'm pretty
I
sure.
got caught.
I'm pretty sure she done definitely caught you. So, as far as like, what prompted you to want to join the Navy once you got out of high school?
Oh, like, again, my brother was in the Marines. Our oldest cousin was in the Navy. His
Gotcha.
brother joined the Navy. Mm-hmm. And then we had that one cousin that just stayed at home.
Right.
But
I'm that one
knew-
cousin that stayed at the crib.
I'm the second one.
Man, I
Second
ain't
cousin.
going nowhere, cuz. I'm
Yeah,
here.
said it be
you know
off
what I'm
on
saying?
the boat.
So it was pretty
It was in
much,
our blood.
it was in your
Family
family.
thing.
Yeah, it was like, I feel like that was etched in our blood because I knew that I wanted to go to the military when I was 6.
Right. Damn.
I knew. I was like, I'm about to be just like my brother. I'm gonna go to the Marines, this and that and the third. And he was like, what you're not gonna do is go to the Marines. You can go to the Army, or you can go to the Navy. You can go to the Air Force. But
Right.
you're
Why
not gonna go
didn't he want you to go to the Marines?
It's the Marines. Like, he wanted to give me a chance to live. But he, being his sister, I will say he was doing his best to look out for me
Right.
at that time. So we had a really good relationship when I was much, much younger.
Okay.
Right.
And then as I got older, you just kind of,
So you and your brother, are y'all close now?
not at all.
Not at all. Damn, man, y'all used to be
Yeah.
close.
When I say much younger, I mean like he would come home on leave and take me to the mall. I was like 6, 7, 8. He'd take me to the mall, give me anything I wanted,
Right.
and like, yeah.
He like, you grown now. You just do your own thing, huh?
Yeah, like we just kind of, I really don't know what happened, but just didn't.
Is it still like love though in y'all relationship?
I think there's love there.
Okay, because I got siblings I ain't that close with, but you know, if I see them, it's all love.
Yeah, I'll still like
It
give
ain't
them a hug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or is it like actually like the other side of it where you have a sibling like y'all might have had a falling out, or was it just kind of like time and you know?
I think it was time, and then as we got older, like my mom had a stroke, and then it was like the fallout. So that was pretty tough.
That
caused the
brought that
fallout.
big separation.
Yeah, that was pretty tough to deal with.
That happens too, man, when some siblings don't fuck with each other at all.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like right after they get out of mama house, like, damn, you got on my nerves when we was younger. I can't stand some siblings are real close.
Yeah.
It just depends on your family. You know, it just be like that sometimes.
You know,
So-
I used to have a habit, not to cut you off, I'm sorry. I used to have a habit of like anytime I met a female and like I got close to her, I'm like, yo, what up, sis? This, sis, because I didn't have that.
Yeah.
Like that was like, oh, what is that?
Right.
Like, oh, this must be what like actual friendship feels like and what sisterhood feels like. A lot of those times it was a huge letdown.
Right.
But
That happens, part of life.
yeah, but
No,
I
you
still
gotta watch women friends. How many women friends you got, Dred?
None.
None?
I'm good.
0?
Did you? Don't say that.
Oh, wait, what trust? She beat them all.
Hey, Hannah too gangster, but people don't know.
She was like that. But I don't got no female friends. I don't do females.
I can't trust them.
Why you can't trust females?
No.
What's
Just
your-
don't trust them.
What?
No, you don't trust them.
See,
It's
Hannah,
a reason,
you can
though.
tell Hannah grew up with her brothers. Like,
Yeah, it's a reason though. You done went through some situations where
I mean,
you
I
done-
did, some years ago.
But you done had
I
female
caught one
friends
looking
before.
out the side, peeping some shit. Nah, bitch, don't peep. No, there's no peeping. So I can't trust you.
yeah, absolutely.
So if I walk around the corner, you peeping at my people, we finna have a problem. Like I'm moving furniture, trees, plants. I'm moving everything. Don't play with me. So I prefer not to have female friends.
Sound like
Hannah a
Man.
natural disaster.
she sound like she
Oh,
need to,
storm, nigga.
she sound like she need to start her own
Stop
moving
playing.
company.
And will. Why?
So you being in the Navy,
Yeah.
give me your likes and your dislike about being in the military, and I also want to know like how long was you actually in the Navy?
7 years.
7 years.
7 years.
What was your favorite country that you visit? Like if you had to leave the United States to go live at a different country, which country would it be?
Dang. I would say
I know a lot of people tell me Japan when I ask a lot of
hear
people
that.
from
You know
navies.
what? I've never
they-
been to
They
Japan.
oh,
but
okay.
Guam.
They say Japan
I've
all the
been-
time.
No, I've been to Greece. I've been to Portugal. I've been to Spain.
Spain, I heard Spain was lit. They like a lot of pork over there, but I
So
heard it was lit though.
Very beautiful. Even Greece. Like Greece was probably one of my favorite countries to visit.
What about it? What about it did you like?
So like the cobblestone roads and like what you see on like
Is
a
what it is.
movie.
It's
that's
old.
Exactly what it
Exactly.
is.
Okay.
Right. Greece old as shit. though.
Yes. But it's
So they still got a lot of buildings standing from hundreds and
Yes.
hundreds and
So it's
hundreds
not-
of years.
Too much modern.
I mean, it's modern. So, I mean, the last time I went to Greece, the 1st and last time I went to Greece, that was a long time ago. Like I was 18.
Right.
So I was like, ooh, everything is
Yeah.
like, oh my God, what's this and what's that?
Right. How was Spain?
Spain was amazing. Spain was amazing until like I needed a bank and it was closed.
How was
So it was like banco. Like,
how was
I needed my money.
the food out there?
Did you eat any pork? while
I
you
did
was there?
not. I did not. I
You heard me,
tried
Trub?
to avoid that.
Pork? Did you eat pork over there?
My little brother stayed in Italy for a while, but I hear from a few Americans that they don't really like the food out there. So I like to ask, like, when people come, they well traveled. I like to ask about the food.
Yeah, you gotta ask about the food. Greece food lit?
Greece was it.
What about
Greece
Spain?
was it. It was okay.
See,
Okay.
It was okay.
I hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Greece was like, I got like a plate full of pasta in Greece. And like I asked for shrimp Alfredo is what I asked for actually. I asked
Right.
for shrimp Alfredo. They gave me a big old plate of pasta and like 3 huge shrimp. But the heads like were still on them and all the legs. And I was just like, oh damn.
Oh damn! Yeah, it's different. It's different, So did you have Did you have any children or anything while you was in the military?
I did. Well, I did. My oldest son. So
Okay.
Josiah, I had that. He's like a part of the reason why I got out.
Okay. I was going to ask you how life was like once you had him being in the military.
It didn't change too drastically. Like I had to get off my ship. So I didn't even know. Here's the kicker. I didn't know I was pregnant until I was about 5 months pregnant.
Okay.
Damn.
And where you say you was in the?
I was in the Navy. I was
Okay,
about 5
you
months
still in the
pregnant.
Navy.
Not anymore, but
Yeah, but
I
at the
wish.
time.
But yeah, I was still in the Navy.
Okay.
I was PTing actually because I was small. I was skinny.
Right.
So I was PTing and I was like, I don't feel good. And I went to doc, went to medical, and I'm like, oh, okay, just go out in town, go get you, go to the hospital. So I went to the Navy base hospital and all that good stuff. Naval Medical Center, Portsmouth. I went there, took a pregnancy test, like, oh, well, congratulations. I'm like, oh.
She like, damn.
Right. How long did you stay in after you had your son?
I stayed in like 3 more years after that.
Really? But I'm saying he was able to stay with you though, right?
That was tough.
Okay.
Yeah, up until a point when it was like time for me to transition to my next duty station. Excuse me.
Okay.
I knew I had to get out because it was just like it was between him going to live with his grandma on his dad's side or going to live with my mom. And I was just like, well, my mom was kind of older, and
Right.
my mom's been a teacher all my life. I'm like, no.
Right.
And then I can't send him to go live with his dad's side because it was just like, well, they kind of drink a lot. So I was just like, oh, you know what?
Yeah, your
All right,
trust
that's
wasn't
a
there.
wrap.
Gotta get out, yeah.
I was
Right.
like, that's a wrap. And being so young, like I was only 20 when I had him.
Right, definitely.
That was
Yeah, you still, that still is a young age.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of
20
big
years old.
decisions to make.
That is, man.
Absolutely.
That
Short
is.
time span.
But I applaud you for
Definitely.
being on your mama shit and
Definitely.
putting your jet first. You know what
I
I mean?
had to.
So you left the military. What happens after that?
Man, so I was married to Josiah's dad. So first marriage, 2 kids. So Josiah's the oldest, and then Jordan, she's 14.
Okay. He was in the military too?
We actually met on the same ship.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
We met on the same ship. Very tumultuous. Like, should not have been in that relationship at all. It took me a long time to figure that out.
Right. Well, I mean, you were still young.
Yeah.
You know?
True, but as in like even going to school for therapy took me a long time to realize that. After the fact that we've been divorced for years.
Right. And
And then I realized, oh shit, like I was never in love with him. Huh.
damn.
Who knew?
It happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
You in love with me?
You got to double check.
Wait a minute. Goddamn, we finna take a quick break. I'll talk to you in the back. No,
So what you saying is at the time you genuinely thought you loved him,
Absolutely.
but then after a while,
I
you
thought
feel
that
like
I was in love.
you thought you was in love. So did you actually love him at one point?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Like all I've never been with a guy from like the hood. Like just point blank.
He was from the
So he was a
hood.
street dude.
Hold on, you from West End? Wait a minute, something don't make sense,
Hey,
cuz
I said, damn,
you
what she
from the
was
West
into, though.
End part of Birmingham, but your mama did keep you sheltered.
Right,
That's what your mama
Okay,
kept you
so
sheltered
that's
from them
why,
hood,
right.
all them hood niggas over there in West End.
All right, you can't go past the stop sign.
I lived in West End, Birmingham, and trust me, bro, everything she's saying. That shit like out east, boy. That shit real over there. Boy. You feel me?
True.
Yeah, that shit real over there. But yeah, I stayed in West End for a year, but so I get it though. You're because growing up, your parents know how certain communities be.
Yeah, they trying
And
to
I don't
protect
want
you.
my child to be like the rest of like Trub and them. I don't want my child to be like them.
Shots fired.
You get what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I know how them kids is. I want to keep my child away from that.
Right,
But
right,
I get it, though. I get it. True, I love you, cuz.
When we moved there, we moved to West End from, I think it's called Green Acres or something. I was too young. But we moved to West End. We stayed in the same apartment from the time I was 6 years old till I was 18. And I was just like, Lord.
You was ready to get away.
I was.
I know you was ready to get away.
Being in the same place for so long And like joining the Navy afforded me that opportunity to just get away.
Right.
And now, like, it's like my body is conditioned to just get up and move. Like every 3 to 5 years, I gotta move.
So you didn't stay somewhere everywhere.
Right. So we moved here from Virginia.
Got you.
So yeah.
So what prompts you as far as like to get out your marriage that you was in from your kid's father? What was it that like, man, I can't
do it anymore?
I just not for me.
When he chokeslammed me at his
Had to do it.
grandmother's house. Yeah.
Shit.
Chokeslammed me at his grandmother's house. The kids were there. His grandmother was there. His mom was there. His brother was there. And I remember it vividly. So yeah, I got a credit card in my name, my own credit card. And I was so happy because it was like my first credit card. At 24, 25 years old, that was my first credit card. So I was like, oh my God, cool. And I didn't tell him about it. And immediately just kind of sparked something within him.
For him not knowing you had a credit card?
Yeah. So what I didn't know was that he had already had anger issues. I didn't know that because people would just kind of like, oh, girl, he crazy. Like, oh, he be getting so mad. Da, 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 da. But they said it as a joke.
So the whole time you was with him, you never saw that side? Ever?
Until.
Or any signs?
Until that day?
Was that the first?
Really?
That was the first time?
That wasn't even the first time, honestly. I stayed.
Okay, so
the
you
first
had...
time I got my head slammed into the side of the couch.
So at this point, she already...
Yeah.
experienced.
But love will clout your mind and make you deal with certain shit or being scared. But it was the physical abuse that made you leave.
Because the last time he put his hands on me, I put my hands on him too. I was like, you know what?
You Tina Turner his ass in the
limousine.
You did that limousine scene on his ass, didn't
he? He went on to play with scratches on his arm. I was like, we're not about to do this.
Right.
And it wasn't because then, like, while he was deployed, we talked about it. And I was just like, he's like, let's try it again, so forth and so on. And I just had a epiphany one day. I woke up and I was just like, yo, I can't do this anymore.
You wanted that peace.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing more important than your peace.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I packed myself up. Like, I moved. The plan was to move to Alabama.
Okay.
Which is where my second husband comes in, actually.
We gonna get to his ass in a minute.
Around.
We gonna talk about your ass, cuz. Yeah. So what were you doing at the time as far as career-wise when you was with your first husband?
I was stay-at-home mom.
Stay-home mom. So he was still in the military. So he was getting deployed sometimes too.
Yeah, he got deployed.
And be like gone for... How did that make, like, was you happy when he used to get deployed? Because you like, damn, I get to chill.
Hell yeah.
The first deployment, I will say the first deployment, I was still pregnant. Like, I had just found out and all that stuff. So I was still pregnant. And we were supposed to go on that deployment together. But I found out and he had to go. And so I'm just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That was rough because my grandmother also passed away during that time. So that was really, really rough. My grandmother passed away, 5 days before my son was born. So
sorry to hear that.
The entire family was there. Like my mom, she had already bought her ticket to come and all that stuff, and her friend, and nobody could come.
Right.
So that was really tough because my brother was like, hey, like he was stationed in South Carolina at the time. So he's like, hey, I can just come and I can pick you up and like you can go. So one doctor told me that, hey, well, if you find at a hospital in Alabama, which is Brookwood Hospital,
right?
She was like, if you can find a hospital just in case you go into labor, you can go. Found it, set it up, everything. Other doctor was like, no, she's not going anywhere.
All right. So you spoke about the physical abuse, and you said you still stayed. Do you feel like the children played a role in that? Because I know some people stay together because of the kids.
To keep the family together.
You feel like because when you have kids with a certain person, okay, you sharing a bond with that person, so you feel like not for everybody, but some people feel like, okay, we got a child together. I love you.
That's true, but your safety got to come first.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
Like I say, that shit trumps everything. Safety,
Definitely.
peace, your sanity, and your peace of mind got to come first.
Yeah.
You got one life to live. You don't want to go through chaos your whole
Absolutely.
life and turmoil.
It also takes time to learn that too.
Exactly. And you have to train yourself.
Yeah, it takes, because when you know what they say all the time, you young and dumb.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do a lot of dumb shit when you're younger.
I definitely been there.
When you
100%.
get older, you get mature. You learn. Your patience run thin for bullshit.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for. I'm 40 years old. What the fuck I look like?
Once you learn that,
arguing with your ass back and forth. I'm too old for this shit. I done did that already, so I'm not trying to.
You can't speak to me respectfully, or there ain't no conversation.
Ain't no conversation.
You argue with yourself, fucking with me.
I tell Hannah that every.
I'm not yelling. I
tell
ain't raising my
what?
voice.
Oh, I ain't mean to say that, man.
You don't tell me.
No, I'm just bullshit.
Like, yeah, absolutely. I cannot.
Yeah.
I stayed for the kids and also my family's values. What was instilled in me.
I'm married. They looking.
Right.
They seeing that I'm married.
Right. So the wife is always supposed to submit to her husband, so that whether that is in the marriage, is in bed, and everything else that comes along with it.
Right.
And it got to a point I was just like,
I'm doing the right thing in their eyes, but they don't know I'm dying inside.
Exactly. My mom loved him to pieces. Like, I left once.
Mama love him too.
Ma Deuce, that's a tough one.
Whole family love him.
That's a tough one.
Not whole family, because like my cousins.
But Ma Deuce,
right? Cousins
he called
and
Ma
brothers.
Deuce off the rip.
He calling Ma Deuce off the rip.
Jacket.
For sure.
And he did. So I left.
He called Mama.
Yeah, I told you. Ma Deuce like, hey, I'm calling Ma Deuce on you quick.
That's a dirty.
Let me tell y'all your daughter doing.
Dirty.
So I left. I was like, you know what? I need some space. I actually left. Josiah was 5. No, he was like 4 at the time. And I also had Jordan. She was a baby. So I left, went back home to Alabama. So I left him with Josiah because he was in school. I was just like, I can't do that.
Right.
So let him stay with his dad.
Right.
I took Jordan. We went to Alabama. We lived in Alabama for like 6 months. And I come over to my mom's apartment because at that time I was staying with my grandfather. So my grandmother long passed away. Anytime I went home, I stayed with my grandfather.
Right.
So I go over to my mom's apartment and I'm talking to her, we're just chilling. There's a knock at the door, or the doorbell rings. And I'm just like, oh, who's that? And she opens the door and it's him. So they plotted behind my back.
Damn.
For him to come, like fly there to get me back.
Right.
Oh, Ma Deuce really
She
wanted.
really
So he
liked
wanted.
him,
So
man.
yeah.
Liked him.
So he wanted to stay with you, but you didn't want to be with him.
I wasn't feeling it at the time.
Yeah,
Got you.
I definitely understand that.
So when you move back in with, when you go back to Alabama and when you with Granddaddy, what's going on in your life at that time?
I was
there.
trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Like, there was actually nothing happening for me then. Like, I was just helping take care of my grandfather and like taking my mom to work, and like there was nothing going on.
Right.
Yeah, because I had already had my first degree. I actually got my associate's degree in psychology.
So you had already started going to school.
I started going to school.
What school you went to?
That was Coastline Community College in California at the time.
Okay.
So started going to school. That was an entire struggle. I took my final exam about maybe 3 hours after giving birth to Jordan.
Damn.
Wow.
Like, I was a hard charger.
Dedication.
I was just about to say that.
I'm trying to get this
That is
check.
real dedication.
I'm trying to get this check.
What made you choose that field? Like, what got you into that?
I was always interested. Always. Like, my cousin, the oldest one, he was in Desert Storm. And when he came back, we could tell he wasn't right.
My brother was the same way.
Yeah.
I talked to you about that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I had a partner that was like that too, and I don't fuck with them, but a lot of them come back fucked up.
Yeah. PTSD. They they traumatized. Yeah.
And that was long before I knew what any of that was. I'm like, I'm 7, 8.
Right.
And I was just like, you're not who I remember.
What's the year time frame when you was in the Navy?
For me, 2004 to 11, 12.
Yeah.
So it was different.
You went in as a higher ranking though, right? Because you did JROTC for 4 years.
It was only like You see my face like.
I'm saying you go in as like an E2, E3. I know you skip
E3.
Okay, I know you skip E1, E2, right?
I did go
but
in
that
E3.
gives you just a tad bit more money though, right? When you go up
Look at
the
the
E3. No.
Like this much.
Oh, it's a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Damn.
It's something.
But now-
I'll say it's
Give you a $30 raise.
Now it's ridiculous. Like my check was maybe like $1,000.
Yeah, I heard back then the military
Right.
wasn't paying shit.
But now, like, let you go in even if you go in as an E1, you're just like, I'm over here like, dang, he borrowed like $5 to $10.
Cause hey, niggas join the military to get a Hellcat.
What's the military starter pack?
I'm gonna get me a Hellcat because I know they're gonna improve me because I got a military.
Hellcat, girl, right by the base,
Car note be $1,200 a month.
Starter pack.
God damn.
and rims.
And some
I'm finna
Definitely
sleep in this
rims,
bitch.
nice little
Yeah.
J's.
Yep.
So you going to school. How hard was that to juggle being a mother? What was their father involved at all, or he was gone?
Absolutely. Like he was like both marriages, their fathers have always been involved.
Okay.
I would say since I was stay at home mom, it was just kind of like, okay, I'm taking care of the kids, I'm taking care of the house, taking care of my then husband. Like I was good.
Right.
Did you like being a stay-at-home mom, that traditional role?
I did for a while.
Yeah, that's the old school role for sure.
Yeah, that's the old
Yeah.
school.
That's definitely the
I
traditional.
fuck with it.
role.
I
But
did
you know,
for a while.
some people don't. They like to stay active.
You know, women are different these days. They
Yeah.
career oriented. They
yeah.
want to go work. They more independent now. Back, from when we
So
was
after
growing
a while,
up.
you wanted to jump off the porch. You ain't want to stay home no more and do that traditional thing.
Funny you should say that. Because I was getting an allowance from my husband at the
Okay.
time. So like I'm like, oh hey, I need some new shoes. So we were already going through it. Like my shoes had a hole in them, and we we're already going through it. And he was like, no, we ain't got no money for that. So it was just like it was a lot. So I'm like, I need to strike out and do something. So I stayed at home with Josiah and Jordan for the first 3 years of their lives.
Okay.
So
Oh, that saved you a lot of daycare money.
it did.
Turn up. That daycare get expensive, cuz.
It does.
And
I'm gonna be
then-
wanting $250, $300 a week.
A week.
Yeah.
For real, that shit
Talking about you up $1,200 a month. It's crazy.
Right.
Flaw.
Is
You know
that
what I'm
for one
talking about?
child?
Thug?
Is that for one child?
Yeah,
Yes,
for
that's
one
for
child.
one.
That's for
So
one.
if you got two, you double. You
Yeah, you like $600, $700 a week.
paying for a house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't let them have the cameras and anytime you can check in, bro.
that
They
shit get expensive.
they expensive,
And they
bro.
gotta be potty trained.
They
'cause if
monetize
not,
You know what?
it's
daycare like that.
$75.
You know what? I
So
think
it's
I
like-
will let my
like a-
alcoholic uncle watch my son.
So it's like a luxury pet daycare.
Pretty much, yes.
Now you
Depending
got
on where
some
you put your
daycares in the hood that might be like
Yeah.
75 a
Yeah.
week. You
Maybe
taking
one
a
Kid
$75.
chance.
might come back with a few battle wounds.
Yeah, you know what
You know
I'm
what
saying?
I'm
It
saying?
happens.
Bit.
Teachers on whatever you can afford,
Yeah, been there, done all of them.
So you and your first husband, y'all separated. How did you meet your second husband, and what made you want to get married for a second time? Don't feel bad because I'm right there with you.
Like, funny story, I met him first, actually. So I knew my second husband. I met him while I was in boot camp.
Okay.
And we
Gotcha.
lost contact for like 10 years.
So it was one of those bump into you, or just
No.
Facebook, or just reach back and
Wasn't even. So my best friend at the time they went to high school together. So she introduced us while she and I were in boot camp together.
Okay.
He graduated before us, and she introduced me and was like, "Oh, hey," and we all hung out. And I lost contact with her, lost contact with him. Fast forward 10 years later, she gets back in contact with me. By this time, I have Jordan, so she's like a baby, and she's telling me like her whole, just catching up. Fast forward again, we're in California. I'm in California, and I have no friends. Like, the only family I have out there is my brother. It's like really uncomfortable because I'm also living with my brother at the time.
right.
And she's like, "Yo, you remember Ernest?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm about to call on three-way," and we talked like the entire summer, just the three of us,
Right.
on three-way together, like teenagers, that entire summer.
That's dope.
And yeah, Yeah.
That's dope as hell.
He's picking
chat
up where we
chat
left
room
off.
days.
Boy,
Summertime.
nigga, remember them chat room days?
You had your fat one. You think she the finest thing
how
ever.
much
Got
you?
the
Okay,
sexiest
boy.
voice.
Hey, boys
It
be
was the
fine as hell.
voice.
Hey, how much you weigh? Hey, hey, boy, nigga, get on that bicycle and go cross Duval to see what's up.
Isn't that what you did?
That was catfish before catfish was a thing.
Me and my brother, boy, we talking.
think that's what he did.
Talking to them girls on that chat line. They
Hey.
talking about something come through.
I'm talking
We on
about
the bike for 2
boy
hours
shooting
trying to go
down
see what's
Normandy.
happening. Nigga going bicycle to some buses.
Man, one of my cousins biked across another side of town before.
I'm telling you, bro.
On
But
that
you
bike.
know what I'm talking about, though, bro. That chat line.
It was different.
Hey, nigga used to try to add up that weight versus the height. Hey, how much you? What's your height? How much you weigh though?
I had
5'5" and you what? 180. Oh, you a fat
back when we was on the bikes. I had to actually print out the directions.
Yeah.
Like literally print the directions out.
Oh,
from
that
Google.
map plate.
On a paper.
Yeah, that map play. I remember that.
Riding the bike.
That map quest.
Bruh, you know back in the day, you just
We
had to
have
know
all
where you
that
was
shit.
at.
We ain't have all this shit on
You gonna
our
see the
phones.
McDonald's on your left, turn on McGirvin Street, you gonna go down there, you gonna see another blue house. We next to the blue house. And you're like, bruh, them we ain't had that internet shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
bro, that chat line though.
The first catfish before catfish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
God damn.
Yeah.
Nigga go over that bitch and be like, God damn, bro, she kind of big, but we done rolled
you
the
gotta
bicycle.
do
Got that boy
all
like
do
Smokey on Friday. Who taking what for the team? We on the phone, man.
I'm horny than a
Who
motherfucker.
taking that one for the team? Because it ain't gonna be me.
Hey, Truh, I'm horny than a bitch. I done drove 2 hours on this bicycle, bitch, to see what's talking about. I'm finna.
Elk gonna be the one to take one for the team.
He's definitely gonna take it for
He
the
taking the big one for the team.
So you ain't never took one for the team.
Boy,
Elk
look
taking
here,
one for the
boy.
team.
Damn. Damn, cuz. God damn, cuz.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
It's all right.
It happened.
Yeah, shit.
Hey, you talking to your dog? Hey, boy, you better not never say
tell
nothing
nobody.
about this shit, bro.
But you know she gonna tell it. She gonna tell everybody.
Everybody.
You her boyfriend now.
Yeah.
I remember me and my brother went to go meet some girls. I remember me and my brother went to go meet some girls off the chat line. We go over there. It's at nighttime. It take us about an hour and a half on the bicycle to get over there. Man, not even 10 minutes when we get over there. Mama come home. Nigga, we had to duck off in the closet. Nigga, we in the closet.
I got caught in the closet.
And her mama come in the room, and we
said,
can
"Come
hear their
on out."
mama. You can hear their mama talking, but we thinking her mama finna open the closet. Me and my brother like, hey, she open this closet, bitch. We finna bum rush her ass. We finna dip up out this bitch. We finna push this bitch on. Nigga, we up out of this bitch, bro. We was in that closet for about like an hour, hour and a half. The shit men do
That's what.
when you young
Cuz.
to get them something.
I'm talking about got an empty tank, $0 to your name. You like, as long as I can make it there, I'll figure out how to make
How to
it
get
back home. Ain't got nobody. Take on E.
I gotta
Then
get
what?
that.
Hey,
I gotta get that boss.
once you bust, she be like, but that was some dumbass shit I just did.
Telling
Now you
you,
sitting
man.
there trying to figure out how you gonna get home.
I'm telling you. All right, Sean, we back. I'm sorry.
we back.
You understand? You from our era, so
Yep.
you understand. So you was on 3-way with the
Yes.
second husband all summer.
Yes.
And you, of course, I'm pretty sure y'all end up meeting. So what made you want to get married again? Have you always seen yourself as a wife?
Yeah.
Or whatnot?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I always knew I wanted to be a wife. I always knew I wanted to be a mom.
Okay.
Like the almost normal stuff.
Right.
And I say almost normal because not everybody wants that. But I did.
Right.
So, funny story.
We love funny stories at any and everything. Please tell us about it.
So I lived with my brother for a little bit because their dad was stationed in California. First husband. He was stationed in California. So lived with my brother for a little bit, and then I was able to get my own townhome. And like we were not working at all. So I didn't find this out, but he had started talking to somebody on his ship, and I started talking to somebody too, much older than me, had no business doing it.
Was y'all together at the time?
Huh?
Was y'all together at the time? You can hear. I was just saying because y'all on some two can play that game type.
Yeah, we were still married.
Okay,
yes.
but like married
together,
but separate?
absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Yeah, so I started talking to a guy that was much older than me. I was still in my 20s, and he was like 47.
Was that intentional, or was that just somebody you happened to connect with?
Damn.
Or did you feel like you had to go for an older guy based off of maturity?
It wasn't intentional. It just happened.
It just happened. Okay.
Yeah, it just happened actually. Because he was doing my locks, and we started talking, and we started liking, and
So it was almost like a 20-year gap between y'all two,
yeah,
huh?
dumbest shit I ever did.
Damn.
I was just finna ask. I guess she answered that.
It's the dumbest shit I ever did.
Why you say it's the dumbest shit you ever did?
You know what? It was dumb, but it was also a life lesson for me. Because when I love hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I invested way too much into that person.
Gotcha.
Like way too much.
So when you with that guy, you invested into that guy.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
So how come that didn't work out?
Because he was like 100 years older than me. Like,
Is that the reason?
It
Hold
gotta
on.
be deeper
It's
than
more
that.
than
It ain't
No, I'm
the
saying that
age.
ain't the reason you left though.
That ain't the reason you left.
it is with the older guy. Mm-hmm. I knew that wasn't gonna work. Just like it was for real because he was much older than me, and I went through something, and he wasn't there for me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's gonna be okay, but you like.
So I feel like it was more so because of that than the age.
Yeah, well, I would say both because like I got pregnant at the time, and
I ain't gonna lie,
Not him,
though,
right?
for 20 year
Yeah.
gap,
Okay.
that is a big.
That's a lot.
that's-
But if everything's going right,
everything was not going right.
my
Okay.
point exactly. So
Okay.
when I say it got to be bigger than the age thing, so if everything was going right, given his age, you already knew his age.
Yeah.
Would you have broke it off just because his age?
Yeah,
Even if everything was going right.
yeah.
So you just made up in your
I don't
mind
need him
that
to die
the age gap
tomorrow.
wasn't for you.
Damn.
You heard me?
I don't think I ever heard somebody say they'll just leave
heard me?
just strictly because of the age.
but you know what?
Even if everything was going right.
It's probably a lot of people though who probably just thinking down the line like, damn dog, when I get
Right.
40, you
60,
gonna
this
be
motherfucker
60,
gonna be
so you gonna be
85.
like a granddaddy, and
Right.
I might be 40
He's
still
gonna be a
looking like
granddaddy.
I'm
And
40.
he was already.
Oh,
at
he
the
was already a
time.
granddaddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm 40 still looking like I'm in my motherfucking early 30s, 20, late 20s, and
Right.
you looking
It just
old.
took you a little time to figure that out in your mind, huh?
Yeah,
Because
it
you know,
did.
I'd be like, well, shit, you knew that from the jump.
But why did you do you didn't think about that when you did the marriage, or you was just everything was still brand new?
I think everything was just. Nobody taught me. I'll say that. Nobody taught me properly how to love myself 1st. Mm-hmm. Like, these are things that, like, nobody did affirmations with me, like, oh, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'm the darkest. I think I'm like the darkest person in my family. Like, outside of my grandfather, my grandfather and I were the same complexion. So, what I didn't get, other men validated me.
Yeah. But
So
like you
were
said,
you-
that's important though
Absolutely.
to learn how to love
gotta
yourself
love
as a
yourself.
younger woman.
Absolutely.
That really is important.
Were you insecure growing up?
I was very much insecure.
What was
Because
your main insecurity?
My skin color. Because, like, at school, I was blacky,
They had all the
darky,
jokes, yeah.
like,
At the
all
time,
the
that shit
jokes.
wasn't popping yet. Like,
Right, exactly.
That's
Now,
all right.
now the black and berry, the sweet juice. But
Black is beautiful, and I'm yellow.
All
I'm,
shades.
I'm white, but black is beautiful.
yeah,
So
Get what I'm
growing
saying?
up, you was insecure, so that's what you had to teach yourself to overcome and understand when
I'm
you say
still teaching
loving
myself.
yourself.
I'm
Is it just
still.
that, or is it a mental thing too?
it's both.
Okay, so on the mental side, what did you have to teach yourself? What did you learn in life, and what
Not
did you have to
everybody
teach
is going
yourself?
to accept me.
Absolutely.
Not everybody is going to love me the way that I want to be loved.
Right.
That was I'm still having to kind of go through that because it doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship. It can be a friendship. Mm-hmm. Like, is my friend love me the way that I'm loving my friend? So,
And everybody's different, so you
Exactly.
can't expect everybody to act like you. You have to have
Exactly.
some type of compromise, as long as there's respect there.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So that was a lot, and a lot of that came from my family too. So like my cousin, my one cousin in particular, lightest thing in the family. He's, like, dang, you getting dark. Like, why are you getting so dark? And look at this and look at that. And it just made me grow up extremely insecure.
I hate when us as black people who do that, man. Like as far as dark skin, light skin.
Colorism.
Yeah.
I really hate that because regardless, a lot of us go through the same shit as far as the views of how, you know what I'm saying, this country view us. It ain't no different.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So I really hate when we do that amongst us.
I was never that type.
You know?
Yeah.
I hate that shit. Which people like what they like. That's understandable.
Yeah, cool.
You like light skin, you like dark skin.
But I was never the type to say, oh, just because you dark, you look better, or just because you light, you look. I know some ugly light skinned motherfuckers. I know some ugly dark skinned motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I know some beautiful, gorgeous dark skinned motherfuckers and light skinned motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It depends on the person.
Yeah.
So have you overcome that, or you still feeling like you dealing with that as far as your skin complexion?
That is still a challenge at times.
Really?
Like, it's not, I don't really feel like it's something that you outgrow completely. Like, yeah, you can have all the self-love in the world, but it's still like a little twinge of something that's still there, and it's like just ever present.
Right.
And sometimes you might be in a situation where it just comes up, and you're just like, like I'm a little triggered. I feel that.
You get hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was never confident in my blackness.
Right. Have you ever been with a light skin man?
I have been with a white guy who I didn't know was white. He was like racially ambiguous.
Damn.
Like waves, everything.
But you thought he was mixed?
I did.
Okay.
Like,
what did he tell you?
He was on the. We were all on the ship together.
Okay. What did he tell you? Did you ever ask like what's your ethnicity?
Actually, when I was talking to him, somebody actually came up to him while we were sitting there at the table on the mess decks, and she was like, "What are you like?" Oh, what? She's from North Carolina.
Right.
She's like, what is you? Like, what you is? Is you white? And he's like, yeah, I'm white.
How did that make you feel?
I was like, oh, well, he's still fine though. Because I was like 18.
Yeah.
18, 19. So it was like, oh, he's still fine.
I'm gonna shock the world right now. I'm really a white man.
This nigga.
Hey, Trump talking about we know.
Hey man, fuck you, man. I've been lying to you this whole time.
I believe you.
So,
Right.
so fuck you, America. Whoever comment on this shit, fuck y'all. So, let's dive into your career.
Yep.
Let's dive in your career. So, you're a therapist. You're a marriage and family therapist. I'm not going to ask you what made you do that because you already answered that. But how is that career? Like, how is it being in that career? I know that's got to be tough because a lot of people don't know when people come to you about their problems and they telling you about their problems and you're giving advice. A lot of people is going to do what you tell them to do as far as advice because they don't know what to do. You get what I'm saying? And they're like, damn, okay, I'm coming to you, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you about my problems and you tell me like, maybe you should, or maybe you should, or how do you feel? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, man, let me try that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a crucial position to be in. How is it for you?
You'd be surprised. Like I've talked to Hannah about it. Like people don't really listen. No.
I was gonna
I was about to ask you.
Damn.
Did you run into people that you give advice and they have that pushback and they just reject everything you say?
Absolutely.
That's why they there in the first place. Can't nobody tell them shit.
Fuck is you
That's why they there
anyway.
Can't nobody tell them shit. That's why they there in the first place.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Just spending money.
That is crazy.
Spending.
That's okay.
I know, right?
That's okay.
So what would you say the state of relationships are in nowadays with given your career and what you see?
I would say disarray. Mm-hmm. Disarray, chaotic, confusion, all of those things, but still somewhere along the lines finding that happiness.
Right.
What do you think is stemming from?
I mean, it's two different people. So that could be various things. So like for me.
Just as a society as a whole. What do you think is stemming from?
Good fucking question.
Culture. Like, I think a lot of it is stemming from our culture. Like, we don't trust each other.
We don't.
We don't trust each other.
And we charge for everything. We don't give free information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We don't stick together.
We don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't trust the person that you're in a relationship, if you can't trust your own cousin or like your friend that's been your friend like 20, 30 years, like there has to be some level of trust.
So
and
right now
respect.
you saying trust is the biggest issue you think we having as a society and the culture.
Right now.
Is
yes.
it coming from what? Social media?
Oh,
What's increasing
that lot's
what's
to do
increasing the distrust over in the
I
90s
do.
or the early 2000s?
We didn't have like the internet. We didn't have it at our fingertips then.
Yeah.
So it's
we
like,
talked about that on one
We
episode.
did.
Yeah.
Like, so social media is fuck.
It-
will fuck
In
this
so
shit,
many
yeah.
levels of life, this
Yeah.
shit is poisoning.
Absolutely.
So what's the breakdown difference in? Do you feel like what you've been throughout your 2 marriages that made you want to be a marriage therapist?
Absolutely.
Okay. So it's like, man, I done been through some shit. I can give some
help
advice.
somebody else.
What's the difference between the marriage and the family breakdown?
Well, simply put, like when we're talking about marriage therapy, we're working on you two as individuals within the same room,
Right.
right? So we want to make sure, because it's not just about the marriage, it's about you as an individual. You don't necessarily, I feel like you don't necessarily always have to go to individual therapy
Right.
to work on yourself as an individual, because that work can be done at home, it can be done in therapy, it can be done at your church, it can be done with your friends, your homeboys, your homegirls.
Right.
So that work can start anywhere at any time.
People who we've been to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Who you think who you get the most coming? You have a lot of men coming with you mostly through therapy, or you have a lot of women coming through you mostly through getting therapy, seeking
Honestly,
therapy?
I have seen a lot of us. Like, I've had like older black gentlemen. I have had people in their 40s. I've had teenagers, like black teenagers. So like
That young?
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
Absolutely.
That's I
I'm
feel
glad
like that's
they
that
doing
social media shit
I'm
too,
glad
man.
they doing
These
it,
kids
though.
be
Yeah, they
needing
do
therapy.
social media.
They need somebody to talk to.
They need an outlet.
They do.
They need to
have
be
to.
validated.
Yeah, because
They're-
kids get stressed too. So
Absolutely.
they definitely have to talk to somebody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially nowadays, they got so much to compare
There's
themselves
so
to.
much going on.
You know, you a
They
kid,
don't
you
know how
in
to,
your mind. Yeah,
they don't
like,
know how to communicate properly. They don't know how to think properly.
and everything moving so fast nowadays. So.
Everything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Everything.
Like my daughter, she asked me, she's like, "Can I go to therapy again?" Absolutely, sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna always be that outlet. Because I'm like, you see, mommy, like my older kids see the baggage that I carry.
Right.
So they may not want to come to me. My daughter, for a long time, like she would only go to her papa.
Right.
So second marriage, she would only go to him for everything,
Right.
and she wouldn't come to me. I'm just like, oh, like why won't she?
Right.
Ugh.
Was that intentional? She just didn't want
That
to.
was very much intentional because she was like, well, if I try to go to mommy, she always seems mad all the time, or she's
Right.
gonna yell at me. And I was just like, hold on, like, why do I sound like the stereotypical black woman, the angry black woman to my
Right.
own child? That's a problem.
Right.
So I had to switch up and change the narrative for my own family.
Right.
So how I got into marriage and family therapy, I finished up my bachelor's degree in psychology, and I was just like, okay, I rolled from my associate's degree, took a break for a couple of years, went into my bachelor's, and rolled straight into my master's program.
Okay.
So I've done everything back to back, from bachelor's, master's, and now doctorates. I've
That's
all
dope.
back to back.
That's dope, man. Shout out to you for that.
Definitely.
It's a struggle, but thank you.
Is
Did what you had to do though.
is it stressful sometimes, the career that you in?
Yeah, because I'm a school therapist.
Badass kids. God damn these badass kids. boy.
ISIP.
These kids different these days,
Well,
man.
So what is it? Elementary, middle, high?
Oh, so K through
Ooh.
8. K through 8.
Damn.
Shit.
Mostly K through 8.
Okay.
You talking to little kids too?
Yeah, like my youngest clients are in kindergarten.
They need to talk too.
Damn. That's crazy.
Listen,
I did not expect that.
Nah, I really legit.
I did not expect that.
You'll
That's
be surprised
crazy.
what little kids go through. You got to think about the stuff that they see at home.
Yeah.
It could be some
coming
stuff
from
at
fucked up
home.
homes,
Yeah.
fucked up very
It could
fucked
be
up
the way your
predicaments.
parents are talking to each other or to you.
Or what they doing in front of
What
you.
they doing in front of you or to you.
So them little kids got to talk.
Yeah.
Like, that can
And they
be
gonna do that
traumatizing.
anyway, but they really gotta, they gotta get that out.
Yeah, I had to ask my second ex-husband. I was just like, yo, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I don't know if I want to do this program or this program. And because I talked to like the lady and all that stuff. When you first start college, a little counselor and all that. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And he was just like, well, marriage and family therapy sounds good. Like, you've already been through enough
Right.
that you can advise somebody else. And he kind of pushed me in that direction. And that's how I got into marriage and family therapy. Okay. So it's rewarding when you see people have those epiphanies and they're like, oh my God, like, yo.
Opening up their mind.
Yeah, like, I
So
could
a
have
different
just done
perspective.
this.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see.
Who got it the worst? You would you say the kids or the adults?
I would say right now the kids. Because this generation of kids, like, they just.
I kind of felt like you was gonna say that.
Yeah, I would say the kids, because you might have some kids who come to school like ultra dirty,
Right.
Yeah.
and they want
We
to
all
talk.
went to school with
Right, they want to talk about
people
these
like
things.
that.
You seen a lady who left her kids by herself for 3 years
Yes.
and just dropped off food once a week?
Yes,
That was
crazy.
crazy.
Sorry,
she
mother.
need to be under the jail.
She does.
She do.
She
Like,
really do.
Some
real,
people
for
don't need to
6 feet
have
under.
kids, bro. I swear,
At all.
some people don't need to have kids.
Yeah, that was horrible.
But I applaud you for what you do, as far as, because I know that can't be an easy task to handle, and plus the stories
Yeah.
and situations that you hear from the people that sit down with you.
That's been tough. I will say that, because I used to bring that home with me.
I
Like,
was just about to ask
it
you
would
that.
Yeah.
sit on me, and it was just like it was on my chest. It was on my back.
So now you got to handle your personal life, but you also got your client's life. But sometimes that energy, you can take that
You
back
bring
with
it
you.
home. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, when my mama had her stroke, I was going through it. Because I was just like traveling back and forth from here to Alabama every other week.
Yeah.
It started off with every week, and then it switched to every other week.
And I know that's got to be tough, because when you like going through some shit in your life and you be like, man, I got to be positive.
I gotta keep
and
it
I got to
together.
be neutral for the people that sit down
Around
and talk to me. Like, I can't,
I can't break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I gotta be
gotta
strong
be,
one.
that's
Absolutely.
gotta be tough, man.
That was a struggle. So I'm like driving home, and I'm on the phone with clients, like headed to see my mom in the hospital. And I'm just, hey, how's your
That's
day
hard.
going? So forth and so on. Like, oh, I'm sorry to hear about your
and my
mom.
mama had
It's
a stroke.
Yeah.
Gotta hold it all inside.
That was a lot. I think that
Yeah.
was the most I had ever gone through at that time.
Right.
And then that's when my brother and I started to kind of get into it and all that stuff. So all of that weight on me, I lost a job because they were like, hey, it's going to be between like, either you're going to be here or you got to go take care of your mom.
I'm
was like, well, I'm just gonna
Go take
I'm
care of my
I'm
mom,
head
right.
on out.
Yeah, mama took care of me.
Right,
and,
right.
You know, yeah.
So as a therapist, do you get therapy yourself?
I am terrible with that. However, I actually texted my therapist last week, and I was like, yo.
Because therapists are people too.
Yes,
So-
absolutely.
I always, I like to know things like that. If the therapist
Yeah.
is actually going to therapy themselves.
Yeah, if they, you know,
That was,
good question.
it was a big thing for me. I was going through it about a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago. So that was a big thing for me. I was just like, yo, I need to be able to talk to somebody. I would say in my second marriage, like we tried to do the whole couples therapy thing.
You talking about with the old dude?
No, not him. We never got married.
Oh, y'all never got married.
We never got married.
Oh, so you ain't married the old dude?
No, worms.
Okay, so in my mind,
I ain't gonna lie.
It was just
I was
test
also.
hey, did she just say worms?
It was,
also thought-
it was a test drive.
Bro, this motherfucker. She signed out though. Hold up. Let's back this shit up for a second.
So first,
So you didn't marry the old guy.
That wasn't the
But
second.
okay, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking
No,
you
not
married
the
the
old
old, because in my mind I was like, why
Yeah.
you married him if you knew he was
That-
gonna
we,
be?
No.
we said that. He said
Yeah, in my
Yeah,
mind I was
he
like,
said
damn, hold on, why you married the dude?
Yeah.
You know he was gonna
Okay,
be
they
said
never
that.
got
old
married.
nigga.
That's why.
Okay, I got you.
first husband was same ship.
Okay.
Second husband, met in boot camp.
Gotcha.
But in between that, talk to the old guy.
Okay, he wasn't the boot camp guy. We got it.
No, that was just a test drive.
Got you now. Okay, I was gonna say, damn. Okay,
But
gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha. Because I was like, damn, wait a minute, man. Hold on, something ain't adding up. So if somebody want to do therapy, like say for instance, you meet somebody who wants to go in that field, what would be your advice for them?
I actually met a police officer who wanted to go into that field. And I just told her, do her research. Like, make sure this is something that you truly want to do and you're okay within yourself to do it. Because you're going to come home and they're going just because you're a police officer, like you have cases that weigh heavily on you.
Right. You see a lot
of therapy is the same way. You can't see what like their interactions with their family at home, but the way they come into therapy, like that tells you a lot.
Right.
So I just do your research.
So you talk to all kind of different, I'm pretty sure, backgrounds, black, white.
Absolutely.
What would you say? What's the most troublesome? Like as far as like who you feel like that deals with the most in life, as far as when it comes down to it? Would you say black, white?
No, we all do. We all do.
Humans.
Like, yeah.
Great answer.
We all do. We have different struggles. Sometimes we have the same struggle.
Right.
But we all are dealing with shit. Like insurmountable shit.
Right.
So I have to kind of weigh it the same.
Really?
You know, yeah. Now I will say specifically for the black community, we deal with a whole lot.
Yeah, a lot.
That's what I was finna say, because I'm like, you would think, ain't nobody. I'm pretty sure ain't nobody here really judge people on culture, but like Bernie Mac said, it's not about black and white, but it's a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Growing up in the United States, you got to understand what this country was built, who this country was built for.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So that's what made me ask that question, like who you feel like, went through go through the most problems. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, like you say, everybody come to you because they got problems.
It's subjective.
Yeah.
You can
really
prove as a fact.
Now, I will say that my heart lies, obviously, like with us. Right. Because I'm just like, shit. Because of how I grew up and where I come from, like, 4 little girls.
Birmingham bombing?
The bombings, yes. They called it Bombingham. Like, that's where we grew up. That's how I grew up.
And what was that?
Alabama is definitely black and white.
For sure.
But I tell people North Florida black and white too. Because it's like, North Florida is country as fuck. North Florida, Jim Crow, blase. But when you go to like Orlando on down, when you hit Orlando on down, you start seeing a difference in culture. But when you like Gainesville to Jacksonville to Tallahassee to Pensacola, to me, that shit ain't no different from Alabama, Georgia, fucking South Carolina. All that shit is racist as hell.
Yeah.
To me, because I done traveled through those states. So I tell people North Florida, we country, it's black and white here. And it's still a lot of stuff that we deal with to this very day. And people can sit here all the time and say that it's not about race, but social media
makes it
prove that wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Social media, when motherfuckers real comfortable behind that keyboard and say how they really
profile.
feel, because you don't know where they at,
no profile picture,
or they wouldn't say it in front of you. They really letting you know how they feel. And I tell people all the time, man, the country is very divided still to this day.
Absolutely.
Still to this day, this shit is very divided.
Yeah, it's never gonna be a perfect world.
Right. So, say for instance, you have a white couple come to you, and like you said, you grew up in Birmingham, and your background, your culture is different. Is that difficult for you to deal with they culture because they are Caucasian?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no hiding that, because I'm just like, oh yeah.
You trying to relate, like, goddamn, like in your mind, I never do no shit like that. But when they tell you their problems, you like, girl, what the hell? But you have to still,
Yeah. So there's the thing, like with transference, right? So we can't allow what the clients are saying to just latch on to us.
Okay.
Right? So that's a big thing. And I have had like a white couple, and they stopped coming to therapy because I'm going to keep it real.
I feel like that's the only way your therapist should be.
You gotta be.
Like the way I'm talking to y'all is the way that I talk to the majority of my clients. Like plain and simple. I might have to code switch a little bit.
Yeah, you might have to.
Right.
Just a little.
You know.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
But what you see is what you get.
Right.
What you see is absolutely what you get. So I had a female black client. She came in. She was like, I just have this going on and this going on. I'm just like, girl, we both struggling there.
So with your black clients, you can be a little more personal.
Absolutely, because
you understand the culture.
Of course, because she came in, she was like, "Bitch, let me tell you." Well, shit, what, bitch? What happened?
Right.
Like I'm gonna meet them where they are.
Yeah.
To make them be more confident.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But you know what I think was really dope about that too, because when you come from a different background and you get to see a different type of culture come to you for help. By you having the background that you have, you get to show them ways that they probably never thought or never would, think, because the type of lifestyle that they come from. You know what I'm saying? So, it's probably a, breath of fresh air for them to learn something new coming from you as well.
I would say so. I had a client a little over a year ago, like around the time my mom had her stroke, like millionaire type of client. As in, like, he came from money. And we would just sit and talk. He's just like, he was a workaholic. I'm just like, well, what's happening in your life that you're this way? What happened? Well, this is all I saw my dad do. Okay. Well, what were the things that you appreciated about that? And what were the things that you didn't like about that?
Right.
Well, I didn't like the fact that we couldn't spend a lot of time together. I didn't like this. I didn't like that. Are you trying to create a family? Or are you trying to build a family? He's like, I got my girlfriend over here and all that stuff. And she hates it when I work so much. Okay, well, let's take time out. Right? Let's plan this out. So you know that if you're going to get home at this time, and she likes to do things with you, why not plan something special? Why not do a trip? Take some vacation days for yourself.
You got to.
Absolutely. And
you got to.
The way things were, he was like, "Oh shit! Like I've never thought about this. Let me try this, and let me try that, and let me try this." Yeah. And slowly but surely, he's like, "Hey, like our relationship is improving, and I appreciate that, but therapy works if you work it."
Yeah, right. You got to do the work too. You can't just go to therapy.
Absolutely.
You got to actually listen.
I could bring Amp to the gym, but if his fat ass don't lift no weights. Ain't nothing. I can't make him lift weights. I could just bring him to the gym.
Why bro face like that?
I ain't fat.
My dog ain't fat.
Hey, I do need to get in that gym with you, cuz we have plenty of conversation. Juan, you don't need to drink that. You don't need to eat that.
Get your ass in this gym, man.
Juan stay in the gym.
Flocking that thing now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get Amp on it, gang.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in there. I got my wife already. I'm in love. I'm gonna give me a beer.
It's great for your mental health as well.
Nothing to do with it.
So, what's next for you, Sean? I see you going for your doctorate's degree. What's that's gonna put you at once you get that doctorate degree?
Once I get my doctorate, so my doctorate is gonna be in counseling and psychological studies.
Okay,
man, you ain't never stopping. You're like, it's like you hit one level, you going up to the next one.
Let me tell you, I would love to stop. But I like to educate myself. So I'm more of a book.
It's like a challenge for you.
It is. So once I got my bachelor's degree, I was like, oh no, I gotta move on. I gotta get my master's.
But that brings you more money too, though, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, shit, you deserve it. You go through all that. All that training and
I ain't even gotta tell you.
Get compensated for that.
I have to
get compensated for your experience.
And this is the thing. I have to, in some areas, in some places, I have to make my own table and make my own seat. Like, I can't rely on people to just save me a seat at the table. Like, I got to build my own table.
Damn, that's hard. I ain't never heard nobody say no shit like that. I build my own table. I ain't got to sit at your shit.
Exactly.
You do. You have to.
That's dope as fuck.
Especially looking the way that I look. Coming from where I come from, I'm going to build my own table.
Right. And you always felt like that your whole life. You had to work.
Yeah. And
even harder being like a black female.
This is the conversation that he and I've had. Like, yes, I feel like black females have to work 3-4 times as hard as the next person. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a white female, white male, it could be black man. I still feel like we have to work.
Say, what about your black counterpart?
Still feel like we have to work 3 to 4 times harder.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like black women are the most underappreciated species on this earth.
And that is true.
You think that too?
That is very true.
Why
we
so?
are not appreciated.
Why you think that?
Hold on now. A lot of shit y'all doing on social media ain't appreciated.
Well,
shit.
I don't be on social media.
I'm just saying.
I might tell a joke or two, but
be on
I'm
there
not,
clapping that ass.
I'm not on there like that. I don't do the messy. I don't do the drama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that.
Right.
But I do feel like black women are not appreciated.
And why so?
In some areas, I can
it's
say
hard
that.
to like just pinpoint. You get what I'm saying?
Can I get like one example from either one of you?
I can go all the way back to like slavery.
Okay, let's go back.
Damn, she went way further than I was.
Like I can go all the way back there and feeding another woman's baby that's not ours.
Oh shit, that's it right there.
That's
you know, in slavery
it.
times though, they said the women had it better than the men.
I don't see how.
The women would be in the house most of the time,
but getting raped by
right,
white
and it wasn't the darker complexion women that was in the house.
Right.
It was the lighter fair colored, the mulattoes that were in the house. So they probably did get treated better.
But the men, you know, the lashings, the killings, the whipping, the working,
the bucking.
And also and also some of the men also got raped as well.
Yeah, so, that's where that bucking comes from.
By white men.
Yeah, so
exactly, because they were trying to teach a lesson the whole time they gay. But I'm gonna be honest, they were just gay.
Yeah, it's all it was.
They tried to make it seem like they were trying to teach
Same
a lesson.
thing
Let me do this in front of your wife and your children and your mother,
right?
And see if you act right.
And then if you call them monkeys, but then you want to fuck the monkey when you want to fuck our black women.
Yeah.
So it was always a cop out.
Yeah.
Some of the women got married to the white slave master.
I always looked at slavery
and helped run the plantation.
Slavery was an accession.
Kingsley Plantation, right here.
Yeah.
I'll let you know about that.
If you really break it down, slavery was an accession. If I wake up every day and everything I do, from the laws to the layout of the land, everything is centered around y'all. Every day I wake up, that's obsession. Whether it's hate or love, that is an obsession.
I feel this. If we coming back to the modern day era, I'm gonna say certain areas for black women. Yes, it is hard for black women, especially how some black men feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go with the white women, or I'm gonna go with the Spanish woman. You get what I'm saying? Because they feel like a black woman, bring them more problems in a relationship. Absolutely. Or get like, but saying at the same time, like going back to like we were saying with social media. But I can't just say.
But
that's a thin line, but when you talking about your culture, some people don't pay attention to other cultures. They pay attention to their culture
and their culture alone.
Because it's white women.
Very true.
Online busting it open, Spanish women online. They're not treating themselves respectable women.
I think that then at that point it come down to ratio. Like how many, what's the percentage of our women that's doing it compared to the other races?
I don't know. Somebody comment and let us know that shit. Trub,
I don't know if you can.
Trub, no.
If nobody did a study on it.
I can guarantee you, Trub know the exact percentage.
But no, all jokes aside though,
Flock, no, definitely.
Most black men are with black women. I think like 85% or something like that. Well, really? most cultures are with them.
You want to say 85?
We can pull it up. But
somebody Google that shit, man.
Most cultures predominantly with their own race.
With their own race, so I can.
When people had that rhetoric, was like, "Oh, black men ain't." Come on now.
He could be right on that.
The majority of black men are with black women. Same with athletes. The majority of black athletes are with black women. So when they try to do that
you talking about black basketball players? Them basketball players,
entertainers in general, any type of. It ain't got to be just sports. It could be acting or whatever.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I see a lot of entertainers go for the exotic. Like they call them exotic type women.
You looking at maybe
exotic
a few top players that's you know how many players?
I could be looking just at the famous top.
You see how y'all zoning in on that?
Yeah, you're right.
Not thinking about the masses.
Yeah, you're right.
Let me see.
But I was trying to tunnel vision on Umar.
Yeah, he right. 85%.
85%. I know it. Come on now.
Shout out to my dog Juan.
Most of
being right on it.
We with our beautiful black queens. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Juan.
Shout out for Tim Googling that shit.
So you know, at the end of the day, man, most black men are with black women.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. But how do you feel? Because you said you dated a white man before. How do you feel like black men should be with black women, or you just whoever love you, that's who you need. You love who you love.
That's
are you
a
that type
struggle
of
for
person?
me. That's a struggle for me.
Damn.
That is a struggle for me.
It's a struggle for most black people. I mean, I think most races in general.
That's a struggle.
Yeah.
I think that's a struggle.
Do you see yourself settling down with a white woman or
Nah, I don't.
Spanish woman or
And
black woman?
And that's not to say I might not, find somebody that I rock with, and you like, it's gonna come down to that. Damn. Do I really want to be?
What would Mama say?
It ain't even that. It ain't
No, I'm
even
saying,
that.
but what would Mama say? But I want to know though.
Me, like, you just be like, damn, I don't. Everything could be right. That's the fucked up part about it.
It's so.
Like,
It could be, but like that's my thing. I have a son, and my son is 24. Don't know you.
Damn, how old you is?
Shut up.
But I don't mind nobody else doing it. I don't mind
You can be friends with her.
genuine.
You can be cool with her.
Shit.
But bro, you are not finna procreate.
You rather your black
Now,
son
see,
bring home
I'll let you do what
a
you
black
do.
woman.
I got family members
would
that's
prefer
talking
that.
to a
I
white
would.
counterpart, and shit, we welcome them with open arms.
You
Like,
rather your black son bring home a black woman, or you open?
But that's what they
hurts my
told
heart.
us.
This is what
You know what I'm saying?
This is what hurts my heart because he has said simply, "I don't like black girls."
Oh,
Okay.
And I wanted to throw him across the room.
Oh god.
did you get
Several
into
because
it?
you feel like damn nigga, you don't like your
nigga,
mama.
you came from a black
Like
you
woman.
ask
I'm
him
black,
why?
right?
Elite. Like,
Did
what
you
do you
ask-
mean?
Yeah.
Did you ask him why?
Yes, because he feels that black women are just super. He had an experience in Virginia, and he was going to a school, and he was just. It was like predominantly black school, and he was just like, "Oh my god! Like everybody's like, all the girls are all so ghetto. Like,
He don't
so
like the
hood,
hood.
so
Now I
ratchet."
don't like a real hood chick. Now but I do love my black women. But you
Nah,
got
he
your-
mean ratchet. He mean
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean, like
okay.
super
I was like,
ghetto,
wait a minute,
ratchet and shit
goddamn
like that. See, but it's so different for me
different.
because my mother is white, my daddy's black, but my mother is white. But my mother was adopted. You get what I'm saying, and she grew up in black areas.
Right.
So of course my mother ended up liking black men.
Yeah.
Because she was adopted by a black family. You get what I'm saying? So she grew up around.
Right.
We grew up in some of the worst neighborhoods in the city. So all I seen was black. I went to an all black school. Neighborhood was black. I used to have to fight because I wasn't black enough. I go outside, man, I'm from this neighborhood.
that high yellow ass.
Okay.
I'm from around here. But I had to show them that I'll fight for them to be friends with you.
You gotta earn that hood.
Yeah,
respect.
That
that's just
respect,
how it was. But you know what I'm saying? I can honestly say my mother was the only white woman that I ever loved. You get what I'm saying? I've never. I'm just being real, thug.
What about your
I was
grandma,
trying to hold
nigga?
that mug.
I don't know her. I see my grandmother that I know is my daddy mama
But not your mom.
and my adopted
Adopted,
grandmother.
right. Okay.
Got
You get
you.
what I'm saying? Shout out
Okay.
Roberta, rest in peace, stamp. Those are my grandmothers that I ever known
So
in my
you
life.
never
I don't know my biological grandmother. I met her once or twice.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like Tupac said, I couldn't be mad at who she is because she's a stranger to me.
Yeah, you
Right.
know.
Like I missed a lot growing up that she probably could have provided or could, or I'm not sure. But I know she was in. I got some biological white cousins that I know she was in their life, their whole life. But she frowned upon my mother because she
with a
had
black man.
biracial kids.
Okay.
Right.
So that she didn't rock with that. You get what I'm saying? So I never knew the lady.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things, man. I can easily look at my mother and be like, she adapted to what she was around a lot. You get what I'm saying? Because I could have easily been 100% white. My mama could have been with a white man. You get what I'm saying? But I grew up around a black culture. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is. And then, a lot of people, they say certain biracial people act white.
Right.
I done seen biracial people act white because even though they mother, they mother could be black and love white men and grew up around white neighborhood and went to an all white school, or it could have been the opposite role. A white woman, you know what I'm saying, got curious and got with a black man, but still black man wasn't there.
Curious?
Yeah.
Curious.
They get curious because what if
Not we know they get curious.
but what if you got 100% Becky, she grew up in an all white neighborhood, but she always
BBC fetish.
She always had a fetish. I wonder what it feel like to be with a black man. You get what I'm saying? And end up getting pregnant. But you still raise your biracial child, went to an all white school, all white neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? I done seen both sides. You feel me?
I done seen straight black people that act like that.
Of course.
Their environment of all white neighborhood, all
definitely.
white school.
But me, I grew up, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in the rough area. You get what I'm saying? A rough area. I'm talking about, I was the lightest stain in my neighborhood.
I didn't even see white people.
Yeah. It's like I'm so serious, man. Like it was like, you get what I'm saying? So that's just how I grew up. So, that's just the culture that I grew up in. That's why I act the way that I act today. It's just what I was raised. That's how I was raised.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's different, like being raised down south is like a black woman,
especially
in a
Alabama
black family.
Yeah,
like there are certain things that you just don't do. You know what I mean? Like certain little boundaries that you don't cross. Like, all right, we got them over here. We gonna stay over here, and just to kind of see the way my kids are growing, and I'm just like, it's a little touchy subject right there. But yeah, like for us, it was like the grandparents we don't trust white people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. They grew up in a different time.
My granddaddy my great granddaddy ain't fuck with that doctor.
But
I ain't going to the doctor. They gonna kill me.
Yeah.
It's a reason why, though.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, they done been through some shit with white folks, so of course.
Like the Tuskegee experiment with syphilis.
Yeah,
and a lot of they did a lot of fucked up shit.
They
did.
A lot of history. So you would go in there needing help.
Yeah.
Might not come back out, or you come back out with something. Running experiments on your back.
You got some black coaches that be mad at black people celebrating 4th of July.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
When
really
you really
read
know what
when
it
you
is.
really know the backstory on
The
that
barbecue,
why is
the barbecue.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
barbecue
They said
that
we
come
was the
from
barbecue.
Yeah, they was
Exactly.
roasting. Yeah, they was putting black people on fire, man. They was cooking black people. That shit was crazy. But so my question is, if your son bring home a white woman, how would that make you feel though?
Like that. Like you.
I mean,
really?
Would you accept it though?
I would clutch my pearls. To be honest, I would clutch my pearls. I'm like,
Why is that though?
but as a matter of fact-
Why is that? Why would you clutch your pearls if he bring? What's the
because of everything that's been ingrained within me. Like because of the culture that we're from, like that it's like a sting. It's like, oh Jesus, like. But
Even if she genuinely love him.
even if that don't change my feelings.
Yeah.
right? But would you accept it though?
Yeah, I want to know, would you accept it? I get where you coming from and what you feel, but would you accept it?
It would be
For the sake of your son.
Ooh, do I love him that much?
That was the question. That was the question.
But she
For the
being
sake of-
100% real
Hey,
on
I
this
love
bitch.
it. I
boy.
love it.
God
That was
damn.
the question.
We don't want no guest to be anything other than
Damn,
That
son, you
should've
coming
been
with
so
that real.
hard.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, do I love my son that much that I can?
Yeah,
be
of
upset?
course you love him that much. That's your son.
That should be hard.
Oh.
That shit would be hard.
It would. Like it absolutely would be.
So you feel like white people also justified if they feel like that about your son?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fair enough.
Because you
She
got
playing
to
it
think
both ways.
behind closed
She
doors, they
playing
don't
it both
think like that
ways.
anyway.
Yeah, they
You gotta
they on the
think.
same time. They trying to keep their lineage
As soon as
going.
your
Right,
son leave
absolutely.
that dinner that you had with that daughter, they finna talk about that nigga.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So no.
You ain't fucking with Hannah?
No.
Not at all.
I can't.
Like,
And I told the same thing to my daughter.
You racist.
My daughter's a lesbian.
that's why.
I'm not, but I'm not.
fucking racist.
Right.
I'm not racist. choices, but
You just saying you would prefer not.
I would prefer my children.
I know you're gonna love him in the example.
I'm gonna love him no matter what. Now, if
Right.
they choose to be with a white person, that's you.
Yeah.
Love who love you.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't
know,
disown your kids.
No, I ain't never. I would
Because
never.
you know
do that.
some people would do that.
Don't
They take it
disown
to
the
the
son.
extreme.
No, I would never.
I
We
know
we
y'all
finna
wouldn't
get
do
ready
that.
to put a doctor in front of your name, man.
That's
You know
a
what I'm
whole
saying?
different
Don't
level. You
disown
know what I'm
that.
saying?
Like, I
You
can't-
can never do that.
It ain't never that deep.
He gonna need
No,
that
it's never
support
that
from his mama.
So, but this is the thing, right? Because Josiah just doesn't get it. Like, he grew up.
It's
let's
different
say
times.
privileged.
Yeah.
Like, he's
It's a
grown up
different time.
privileged.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Like mama, daddy in the Navy. Like
Yeah,
he grew up to live that type of lifestyle.
Yeah, it's different.
So he's used to like moving and shaking in that environment. Me, all black folks. I went to the first black high school in Alabama. Like,
Same.
so when moving
I
like
ain't even
that,
know. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
I
went
didn't
to
even
all
see
black high
white people
school,
at a
too.
certain
See,
up until a
like-
certain point in my life.
Yeah.
I never saw white people physically in person. Didn't see it.
So, Sean, what's next for you after the doctoring? What you see as your future? You see yourself getting married again, kids? Like, what's next for you? What's your ultimate goal?
I would say above all of that, my ultimate goal is to work for myself. I want to become an entrepreneur.
Get your own practice or
Right.
whatnot.
So
Yeah.
in about the next 4 years, that's what I see myself doing.
That's dope.
Like for sure.
Well, you got to speak it into existence.
Absolutely.
Spoke some things in the atmosphere and it appeared. That's just
Absolutely.
how it's gonna be sometime. Oh, that's how it's gotta be. But yeah, we definitely rooting for you. So
I appreciate it.
marriage again, kids? Are you done with the marriage or what's going on? You've been down there twice now.
Look, but you
Is
know
it a
what?
third time a charm or is it a hell no?
I would keep going as many times as it takes.
Yeah.
They're like that.
That's fucking real because at the end of the day, you gotta do what makes you fucking happy. And if you gotta get married 5, 6, 7 times, there's something wrong with your ass.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, hey.
There's something wrong with your ass.
7 times.
If you don't want to do that contract, if you feel like you got that person you locked in with, y'all could still grow old
Yeah,
together.
it's the life.
People have to understand
Yeah.
there was a period in time where we did not have government contracts with marriage.
Exactly.
It was spiritual.
Right.
We
Yeah.
did.
You can have
Jump in
that
the room.
ceremony. You could.
Yeah.
I could grow old.
That's for them
to
to just
day I die.
Right.
take more money from your taxes. That's all it is.
That's
So
you know what I'm saying?
you could be married by bond.
You
Right.
right, because I tell people all
It's
the
a
time,
lifestyle.
if the lifestyle that
Yeah.
makes you married,
Right.
it's
Not-
how
not
you
the-
treat
not
each
the
other.
license.
Yeah,
Right.
it's how you in tune with each other, how you treat each other. That's what makes you married. You get what I'm saying?
Somebody can get that license all day and
All day long.
and it don't last.
And don't
Hey,
be shit.
look here.
Hello.
I could not get married and grow old.
I done seen
big.
big people have big ass marriages and divorce a year later. I've actually been to a marriage that
Crazy.
had buffet, DJ, had
Nice
spent
food plan.
thousands and thousands
12
of dollars and got
bridesmaids,
divorced a
12
year
grooms.
later.
No, I'm
Cathedral.
2 flower girls.
Me and my
Limousine.
hey,
Dog running down with the
Bro,
ring
I'm
on the
telling you,
head.
Honeymoon
bro.
vacation on popping.
hey, me and my wife got married in a sandwich shop. I'm not making this up. Motherfuckers was saying, hey, don't put no mayonnaise on that, cuz when we were saying I do.
Wait.
I swear to God. Motherfucker would say, hey. And then after we got married,
But wait,
we was
pause.
finna sit down and eat sandwiches.
The courthouse was
Oh,
closed
right. I remember
because
you
of
telling me
COVID.
that.
That's
We
why.
got
They had-
married in a sandwich shop with the
Hey,
whole world
my
shut
dog
down.
had
That's
to
something we gonna
improvise.
tell the
My
grandkids.
dog had to improvise.
That's gonna be a hell of a story to tell our grandkids. The whole world
that's
shut
cool.
down.
That's cool as fuck. I fuck with that.
And
That's,
we got married in the sandwich
that's
shop.
low key romantic. That sounds
No,
like a
what
movie.
my aunt told me, she said, don't you go down there and waste your money
Okay.
getting married.
Yeah.
Go to the courthouse. Your marriage will last longer. And she got married in her backyard.
Yeah.
And they were married
Yeah.
to death did them part. She was married for 30 years.
My point exactly.
Well,
So I took her word and, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Sean,
Still stuck.
Not
wanna-
stuck.
we-
God damn.
Stuck with him.
we wanna.
Death row, baby.
I'm tired of saying fuck you on this podcast. fuck you. Sean, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I really appreciate you coming on this podcast and showing us some love. And we're gonna get you on again because I can't wait to see how your future unfolds. You know what I'm saying? But we know you. We fuck with you hard, and I appreciate you coming on and
Absolutely.
telling your story, telling your life story. You have to be really open and open minded to be able to do something like that.
Yes.
So, man, let's give a clap up for Sean. We're going to be putting the doctor in front of that real soon, guys. We already know.
Great interview.
Yeah. So, my producer's looking at us like, God damn, nigga, you gonna wrap this shit up? The battery going dead, nigga. If y'all didn't know, man, this is Anthony Flay on the microphone. Who I got to the right of me, man?
That Dread 904.
You got to know who to the left of me.
Juan Ramon, Prince Don Juanito.
You got to know it. And shout out to our special guest.
Thank you.
Sean, we appreciate you coming, man.
Thank you.
And if you in the Jacksonville area and you need to talk about your problem,
You need to get that shit off your chest.
y'all holla at my girl, man.
Please.
Y'all see how real she kept it on this shit? She gonna keep it real with you.
Yep.
See y'all next time.